The benefits of vertical kicking and swim fins from Sarah. She writes here, I tried some vertical kicking to work on leg strength and also looking for fins to help me work on my kick and leg strength. I saw some short and longer fins. Any thoughts from Wendy?
First, I want to say that what I would recommend for vertical kicking is not necessarily to work on leg strength. I like to recommend that to work on an athlete's body alignment in the water. So when you're vertical kicking, you want to be in a deep pool where you can't touch the bottom. You want to try to raise your arms out of the water, maybe start with hands below the water. And as you get more advanced and able to vertical kick more and work on more body alignment, you're able to slightly increase your arms. As a swimmer, and with the swimmers I coach, I like them to go in the streamline position when they're vertical kicking because it really works your core as well as your hips, quads, and ankles. So not only do I recommend it for body alignment, again, you want to keep your shoulders above your hips, above your knees, above your ankles, but it's really good for ankle flexibility. So for multi-sport athletes who come from more of a running background where they're just are dominant runners, they have very inflexible ankles, and those inflexible ankles will create them not to have good body position in the water. They might have lower body drag, and they struggle with kicking. And the kick is used mainly to help with proper body balance. So when you do vertical kicking, you're able to work on that ankle flexibility. And then you're going to feel a burn in your legs. But again, I wouldn't per se define that as leg strengthening. I would define leg strengthening more like in the weight room or cycling and running. And then with regards to fins, same idea. Fins help you with that ankle flexibility. So I always recommend fins for that reason. I personally do use fins so I can use my legs more because normally I don't kick. But when I'm wearing fins, it helps loosen up my legs and it helps me just kind of stretch them out a little bit more than compared to me just swimming. And I would always recommend the shorter fins. They're also called Zoomers. And I buy everything on Swim Outlet. We actually have a link to Swim Outlet in our newsletter that you can go to and check out. The longer fins tend to mainly they could create a little imbalance, but I think that they hurt my ankles. And the youth swimmers that I coach, they hurt their ankles as well because they're just long and they're just flimsy and they're just not the best for the purpose of using them for.
Where's your hinge point, would you say? I mean, we're talking about ankle flexibility and helping there, but isn't it more you're kicking at the hip and you don't want to bend your knee too much?
Yeah, so when you kick, you want to feel it in your quads and hip flexors. And when you're pushing down, your foot's coming up. When you push your foot down, you're engaging the hamstring to bring that upper part of your leg. And you do have a slight kick. I have a great video, again, on the Endurance Star YouTube channel of me kicking and explaining the anatomy of the freestyle kick for you to check out as well.
So what about when you're wearing your wetsuit, your full wetsuit in a race? How much of your effort, maybe if you throw out a percentage-wise, that you want to put towards your kicking? Because obviously the wetsuit is creating that buoyancy where your legs would normally be helping you with balance, but you don't really need as much. Is effort toward the kick important, and how much percentage of effort would you put toward a kick in a wetsuit swim?
I tell athletes don't kick if they're wearing a wetsuit. Because your legs are going to be buoyant, so the wetsuit's going to bring your legs on top of the water, and there's no reason to kick. It's just going to use a lot of energy, and most triathletes who don't have swimming background are going to have an inefficient kick, and the kick usually, it's a large muscle. It's going to increase your heart rate, increase your breathing rate, and I think it's just an excessive use of energy, and it's inefficient, especially in a wetsuit.